All right, I'm streaming. We're streaming actually tonight.
Hello.
Hello, this is my wife Emily.
Hi.
You may have seen her on chats as another MLE. She's real funny,
Mm.
and well, she probably doesn't want me. I'm funny.
I
But
make you funnier. How
you
about
make
that?
you make me funnier. That's fair. And we were talking today about how she had never seen a tier list before. So
Mm.
we're gonna do a tier list, folks. Yeah, that groan, that groan is the groan of some good content.
Is that me?
You were like,
Oh,
tier
I didn't
list.
know. I thought I was just making a sound. I don't even know what tier lists are really, so
Right.
you're gonna
So
talk me through
Emily doesn't know tier lists. Basically, we have all these movies down here. We're gonna do a nice, easy Disney rank. There's no controversy in what movies Disney is
man.
better, right?
Are there
There-
no controversies?
There are, and that's the great part about it. So we're gonna go through each one, and then we're gonna have to kind of decide between ourselves where we set this on, like, this list of
Okay, so it's like superiors, amazing. That's what S is, and that goes down to
Right.
awful.
So there's haven't seen, and I thought, you know what?
Why is the green the one that's bad?
Because it's like baby vomit poop. You're like, oh, look, this F is, it's green like poop.
Oh.
Red is like, this shit's on fire. It's
Okay.
lit. That's what the kids are
See,
saying.
I'm
these
like
days.
stop and go and like
The
one-
red's like, the red's like, stop and go look at this fucking movie if you haven't seen this movie. And the green is
Okay.
go ahead and not talk about it. So the haven't seen, I think, to be fair, since we're doing this together, I don't think that we can do it if both of us haven't seen the movie.
Okay.
So if one of us haven't seen the movie, we put it in haven't seen. Because
Okay.
it's not fair to rank a movie if we haven't seen it.
Okay.
I think I've seen all these movies, but I might not remember them all that well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like there's a couple of them where I'm like, I may or may not have seen this, but I have zero memories of
You
it.
may or may not have seen this. Well, we're gonna see how it goes because it's probably gonna be terrible. All right, so we're starting out with the Ichabod. This is the
Ichabod
Adventures
and
of
Mr. Toad.
Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Have you ever seen that?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Well, it's kind of like two stories.
I know the idea of it. I just don't think I've actually seen it.
Haven't seen. Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Cinderella, I know you've seen.
I love Cinderella,
Okay,
but it's very problematic.
fair enough. Well, we've got all these letters to put
Right.
them on.
So I would feel like I would want to put it high, but probably not on the S.
Well, no, it's not an ass movie.
Right.
So I feel like this is one of those Disney movies that gets more credit because it's one of the older, more established ones, and before they had better Disney
Are we
movies
trying
out.
to like rate this objectively? Because for me, Cinderella is one of those ones where like I have
Oh
a
no,
lot
this
of memories about
no,
it.
no,
and
this
so
is
it's
like an aggregate of both of our because it's not going to be objective.
well, sure, but I guess what I mean to say was like, how good of a movie do I think it is versus
No.
how important to me
No,
is
no,
it,
no.
you know?
We're ranking your favorites, our
Okay.
favorites together.
Well, I would make it higher than a C. then.
Well, I know. I was saying I would do a C, but if you wouldn't do it, as how do we feel about a B?
I feel like B is a fair average, probably.
Cinderella's a B movie.
Mm.
Not to be confused, actually, with the B movie, which is a different thing entirely.
Exactly.
All right, Alice in Wonderland.
I really like Alice in Wonderland a lot.
You know what? Here's the thing. I think it's a good film too.
Right.
I think it really holds up.
Yeah,
It's got fun. It's got whimsy. It's got some good songs.
it's true.
I'm gonna
You
put this
can learn
A.
a lot of things from the flowers.
Right. I want to put this as A.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I think if it was just me, I'd probably put it in the same place as Cinderella, so I'm good with making it A since you like
Okay.
it better.
I think the songs, Cinderella for me doesn't have great songs.
I mean, no.
I'm a song.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo is pretty awesome.
I mean, is it awesome or is it just the only memorable song in
No,
Cinderella?
it's got several memorable songs.
And you went to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, however.
I thought that would be the one you found most resonant.
Because I'm always
You like
saying,
silly stuff.
Bebo, like Wingo.
You like silly things.
I do like silly things. But I also like musicals, so those
Yeah.
always get points up for me. So Peter Pan.
So Peter Pan, I feel like the most recent time I watched it, the Indian parts were like so bad that I was like, I don't know if I can watch this
You
anymore.
mean Native American parts?
I'm saying Indian because that's what they say.
Okay.
It's not because I think that's the word to
That's
use
fair.
necessarily.
Well, they say a lot worse than Indians in that movie. It is a racially problematic.
It's like one of the most racially
But
problematic
here's the
of the
thing.
cartoon movies.
But if you ignore all the racism,
I do love the Peter Pan story. I mean, like, Hook is one of my favorite nostalgia movies.
that's true, but that's not Peter Pan.
And you know what's funny is when I was a kid, the one I used to watch over and over was Mary Martin's Peter Pan, which I don't remember being as problematic, but I haven't seen it for years and years.
Let's check it for racism.
Right.
Well, so here's the thing. I would have kept Peter Pan at a B. Because I feel like Cinderella, but here's the thing. I'm going to knock it down to a C because of the racism.
Yeah.
C stands for racism.
I don't know how that works.
I'm good at spelling. Lady and the Tramp.
I also I think a lot of these I just like had on videotape.
That doesn't mean you hadn't seen them.
What I'm saying is like the ones that I've seen the most are Cinderella, Lady and the Tramp, and Little Mermaid. Probably those are the ones I've seen the most frequently.
Well, right now we're talking about Lady and the Tramp.
Right, but I guess what I'm saying is like so those are the ones I have like an unreasonable soft spot for, where I like them.
Lady and the Tramp is one of them?
Right.
Did you see the new remake?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I think we should.
I don't know about that.
It'll ruin your life, probably.
Well, why would I want to
Which one of these remixes are any good? The Cinderella remake wasn't any good. They've remade Peter Pan a million times. That wasn't good. Alice in Wonderland remake?
I mean, I liked... Peter Pan got remade recently, and I liked it okay.
Which one?
The, like, live-action one where they were, like...
They're all, like, live-action ones. I know you like Hook.
I do like Hook, but I more mean... There was one... I don't know when it came out.
You don't remember when it came out?
Early 2000s,
Lady and the Tramp one. They have digital dogs.
That sounded really dumb, so I didn't see it.
I think it's pretty stereotypical, like, against Italians.
Well, and then there's also that whole, like, weird Siamese, if you please.
Oh, I don't know if that part's in there. Yeah. We are conjoined twins, if you please. We can't say Siamese twins.
Well, they weren't conjoined. They just
I
were
know.
Siamese cats.
I was making a comment on the can't say that phrase.
Well, no, I mean...
I know. I get it. Either way, Lady and the Tramp.
Okay. So... I feel like if C's the racism score, maybe it should go there.
Yeah, I think it's a D movie.
You think it's a D?
I think it's a D.
I don't know.
All right, you've still got a soft spot. I'll bump it up to a C.
Okay.
It's as good as racist little boys
They both have
who
some
kidnap a woman.
Mm.
It's Speaking of kidnapping women, Sleeping Beauty.
Did she get kidnapped in that?
No, but she gets slapped.
She gets slapped.
She gets involuntary slapped.
We can verb. What is that? I mean, I don't think it's that good, to be honest.
I really don't either.
I think it's fairly low. Maybe that one's our first D.
I want to keep some of these. We've got, like, Dinosaur coming up.
Yeah.
We need to save some spots for this garbage. There might need to be one under F.
We'll see.
If I need to make...
So wait, do you like run out of space? You have to like...
No, I think I could add... I think I could add some spaces here on the settings. Yeah, see, I could add a row below it. We'll worry about that if we need to.
Later.
101 Dalmatians.
I feel like I don't like that one very much. But I feel like
it does have one really good song. The Cruella de Vil song is a great song. It's catchy and you sing it.
I don't know, man.
But it doesn't make up for the rest of the film being essentially dogs lost, other dogs and horses talking to dogs, and like stupid British guys like falling around in the snow.
Yeah, I felt like I was not very invested in the capers.
Yeah, I'm going to put that one as a D too.
Yeah.
But I do like Cruella de Vil as a song and as a villain. Sword in the Stone. Okay.
I really like Sword in the Stone, but I don't think I should like it as much as I do like it.
No, I disagree. People should love this movie more. Yeah. And all these live action movies that are getting done, Sword in the Stone needs to be done. Well, no, I don't want them to ruin it.
The Kid in Camelot, or what was that one called?
The Kid in King Arthur's Court?
Something like that.
That's not Disney, is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. Disney probably owns England. The rights to England. I also like Sword in the Stone. I'm willing to put it up in A.
Really?
I love Sword in the Stone.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I was gonna put it with Cinderella, but
it's got catchy songs. It's got Merlin turning them into like animals. Come on, that's a great film.
It's got Mad Madam Mim.
It's got Mad Madam Mim, and they have the wizard battle.
Yeah.
Imagine that as live action. They'd ruin it.
They would ruin it.
But imagine if they did it well. That's the reason. Imagine if they did
a little bit beyond imagining, to be honest.
Imagine if they were able to do something correct. You didn't see the Jungle Book remake since we're on the Jungle Book.
I've avoided almost all of the live action remakes because they all seemed very disappointing.
I'll tell you what, the Jungle Book was probably the only one that I wasn't viscerally upset about.
That's a little hyperbolic endorsement.
Well, because like it's one of the older ones, and like the story of Jungle Book wasn't really that good to begin with. You like the songs, you like Mowgli running around with Baloo. So they kind of have that, and then they add some stuff where, Idris Elba is Shere Khan, and he's like, "Oh, bruv, I'm going to steal your watering hole." I can't do Idris Elba, but he's got like Idris Elba is like,
okay.
It always pulled me out. I was like, "That's Idris Elba talking." Anyway, so it wasn't too bad.
But we're talking about the original.
This is the original,
which I enjoyed.
I did too, but again, I feel like it's just because the song.
Cinderella.
I feel okay with putting Jungle Book as a B. B for book. C for Cinderella.
No.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta go first. All right. The Aristocats. Not the gross joke, the Aristocats.
No, I know. I've seen the Aristocats recently for the first time, I
think we watched it with my kids, or maybe with Genevieve.
Maybe.
But it had the, Thomas O'Malley.
Yeah,
it was Baloo's voice.
I didn't love it.
It's not great.
I feel like it lives with the 101 Dalmatians and Sleeping Beauty.
I think you're right. I'm willing to put it there.
I don't know what this next one is.
This one is Make Mine Music.
Yeah,
I have not seen that one. Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, haven't seen it.
You haven't seen
it? I'm just kidding. Of course I've seen Snow White. But you know what? I think it's overrated. I'm going to say it.
It's like got historical value more than like enjoyment.
Yeah, so does these. D. Come on. Hi-ho. You can't get away with that these days. You can't get away with that these days. Everything's too PC. Hi, street worker.
I mean, I don't even know a streetwalker.
Speaking of hoes.
Street worker. Street worker.
It's like a white walker in the street. Robin Hood. Easy there, table shakers.
Sorry. Did it make noises?
I don't know. I'm not monitoring it.
Oh, okay.
Robin Hood.
It's again, it's one where I like it more than I think it deserves to be liked.
Here's the thing. For me, it's a similar thing. Like, I watched it a whole bunch as a kid.
Yeah.
But really, once they, like, start gathering up the townsfolk because they didn't pay their bills or their taxes or whatever, like, then the movie gets crap.
Yeah.
They need to cut that whole section of the movie out. But like you start watching, like, yeah, it's got you got music and you got bows and arrows and you got the kid trying to make out with the hot fox lady. I'm not a furry. I think it's a C.
Okay, I'm down with that. I don't think I've seen that. Melody Time.
Winnie the Pooh.
So there's like so many Winnie the Pooh
This
movies.
looks like...
Which one is this? Is it the one with like Zooey Deschanel singing?
It doesn't look like that poster. I want to say the
that's
original.
Probably that down one.
Yeah, this one down here is the whatever one. This is the original Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. I feel very neutral about that. I'd probably put it as a C.
Do you like Winnie the Pooh at all?
I mean, I like Winnie the Pooh as a sort of like property, I guess, but I don't know if I
seems like you might as well go down here then.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because here's the thing, I like this Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. I'm gonna rate this one higher. I thought it was pretty good. But the original one, yeah. Another situation here, Rescuers. Have you seen the Rescuers? Everyone sees the Rescuers Down Under.
I've seen the Rescuers Down Under, and I'm pretty confident I've seen the Rescuers because that's where like somewhere out there, or is that in Five Will Goes West?
That's Five Will Goes West.
Okay, wait.
I don't know if the Rescuers has any songs.
I'm pretty confident that I've seen it.
Not enough to rank it by the sounds of it.
But it's not super memorable.
Let's pop it down here.
Okay.
Fox and the Hound.
I don't think I've even seen that one.
Oh, okay. The Black Cauldron.
I have seen that.
And?
but I don't have many strong memories of it.
Haven't seen.
Have you
The
seen
Great Mouse Detective.
I don't think I've seen that. Man, there are way more of these that I haven't seen.
Yeah, you miss. I watched all the films of the AFI something or other.
Yeah, well,
list.
these movies don't make it on those lists.
Well, clearly not. How about Fun and Fancy Free?
No, I've never seen that.
Look at this. We're ranking a lot of these.
I
Bambi.
know,
You've
that's
seen
really
Bambi.
I've definitely seen Bambi.
Okay.
I like Bambi. I would put that up, B or C.
Let's see. Who likes Bambi?
It's so cute with the little skunk and the.
Yeah, but it's not like good. Oh, it's a little skunk. I don't need to watch a movie.
It's pretty little woodland paintings. That's what I mean. Obviously, it has an emotional content too.
Why?
Because of the spoiler.
Maybe I've never seen Bambi. What happens in Bambi, Emily?
Well,
Did something happen to Bambi?
Not to Bambi, to Bambi's mommy.
What? Spoilers.
Well, then you should have put it in haven't seen.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
No,
Have you not seen
No,
it?
I've
You've
seen
seen
Bambi. I
it,
was kidding.
yeah.
Oliver and Company.
Oh, I think I've seen that one.
You're putting there. That's too bad. I kind of like Oliver and Company. What?
No, I feel like there's more of these down there than I thought there was.
Little Mermaid you've never seen.
I've seen
I'm
that
just
so
kidding,
many times.
I imagine you're going to put this high.
I would put it high, but I am understanding that it has many problems as a movie, so I'm okay with it not being like really high. But I would put it A and B.
Boom.
Really?
The Little Mermaid is a great movie. The problems aside, you've got great songs, right? You've got interesting animation, hot redhead, who's like thrust all the time. You got a funny little crab that it's okay to make fun of because it wasn't racist to make fun of accents yet. Well, when the movie came out, I mean, like, it's fun to see these about.
The rest of the movie, like, she starts out being like so adventurous and like, I want to see the world, and then she like barters away her voice, and that's like,
it's terribly misogynistic. Oh no, for sure. But like, once you don't put,
it moves down from superior. I feel like A, maybe.
Oh, all right. But here's the thing.
And why is Eric some like pride?
No, he's terrible. But like the movie just feels like it's a good movie.
I have a lot.
I'll do an A. I'll give you. We knocked Peter Pan down for the Red Man jokes. So we need to be fair. Okay, now we've got Rescuers Down Under. Now this is what I know you've seen.
I have seen it, and I liked it okay, but it wasn't like life changing. I didn't like watch it over and over again. Did
it make you fall in love with Australians?
With Australians? Not particularly.
Yeah, I don't think it's really that.
I wouldn't mind putting it like a C.
No, I think it should be a C. It's not bad. It's a fun little adventure.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'd like to put this as an S too, but you're going to bring out the same problems as The Little Mermaid. Because they're equally as problematic. There's a lot of bestiality. There's bestiality. They're like forcing themselves on. It's like Stockholm syndrome on this poor woman who's like takes the place of her dad. And the asshole in town gets everybody to go try to kill the fucking dog she fell in love with. And like, there's a lot. They enslaved all the workers to be furniture forever just because he was a dick. It's incredibly problematic.
You're talking yourself out of the ass here, not me.
No, I was willing to put Little Mermaid up there. Yeah. I'm just saying if we're gonna be
to sit next to Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pinocchio. We're not anti-Italian. Just so everyone knows.
It was just fun to say that way. I felt guilty even while I was doing it.
Well, but it's fun. We're just quoting. Pinocchio.
Okay.
Have you even seen Pinocchio?
Of course I've seen Pinocchio.
Of course. Look at this list.
I know, but like...
You haven't seen The Rescuers?
No.
I'll give you some of this crap.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Fox and the Hound? Come on. Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Pinocchio
is another like meh movie to me. It's like I like it.
I could see why. It's very like
B or C. That's where I would put it.
I feel like it's very. I watched it again recently. You know what?
You want to say D?
I want to say D.
See, I was saying B or C, so I feel like
I'll say
C
C.
is the place.
I watched it recently.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's really geared towards like trying to get little shitty boys to pay. Like it's reaching the little shitty boys demographic.
Yeah.
Because, like, he becomes a real boy.
Yeah.
And what does he do? He lies, and then he goes and joins those asshole kids, and goes and smokes cigars and turns into a jackass. Like, his lesson was like, don't be a dick and lie to people. That's not a thing you have to teach little girls at that time. So they were clearly being like, hey, these boys are dicks. Let's make them be about a puppet who becomes an asshole, and then do better.
Huh.
Like, I'm not saying those aren't universal lessons, but there wasn't a lot of it. When this movie came out, they weren't acting like little girls could, like, dance on strings.
So your problem with the movie is that they should have included more shitty
No.
girls too?
I've got a problem with it. I'm just saying, like, I watched it recently and I noticed that.
Huh.
It's a very, very centric to a little boy's experience. And you were like, I don't really like that. Like, yeah, of course, you're not gonna connect with a little kid who wants to lie and go off and be a dick.
Mm. And you do.
Even though a cricket was telling you not to.
Well, that's the thing. I like the cricket.
Okay, I don't care what you say, and if there are, it's kind of racist.
I put it up there.
Yes.
It's a good movie.
Aladdin, one of the all-time best, and I don't care what you say about it.
I mean, it has one of the best female leads of these movies.
Raja?
Jasmine.
Jafar? You think she's a female lead? The movie's called Aladdin!
I know, but I mean,
she
like,
takes an unfair back seat to Aladdin, in my opinion.
Right, but I guess what I'm saying is, like, of the Disney movies that have have a central like love interest scenario,
she is very
one of the
strong
most
and,
like strong and powerful of the women.
Like, she can lift a house.
Well,
that's a different movie.
I mean, like, strength of character primarily.
Okay. But she still has to do what her daddy says.
Well, she defies him and goes out into the city and stuff, and that's how they meet.
She showed him. I'm gonna go beat some homeless dude.
She would not have gone back to the place if it weren't for the, trying to save him.
She breaks out and falls in love with the first homeless man who talks to her. With a monkey.
Homeless. He had a whole setup up there. He wasn't probably paying any rent to get there.
Yeah.
But he had a whole
I'm not trying to shame the unsheltered. That motherfucker was homeless. And when the cops came to get him to chop off his hands, he jumped out a window.
Homelessness has a different meaning in
houseless. How about that?
Different societal setups.
Right. In that one, they called him a street rat. And a scoundrel.
They called him a lot of names. It's true.
That's true. The Three Caballeros were not one of them. Yeah.
I do think I've seen that.
Well, you've definitely been in the room while I've watched it.
But I don't think I liked it.
Well, here's the thing with the Three Caballeros. It's quasi-educational. They're trying to tell you about these cultures, like Colombian and, like, I think one is Mexico. I think one is Spain. I can't remember. It's been forever. But everyone just likes it because the song. And Donald Duck is in it. But you know what? I'll tell you right now.
You're making it a D?
It's a fun thing to watch if you haven't seen it. To look at how Disney was when they thought they were being really open about other cultures. Because it's pretty racist. But, like, it's the racist, they were trying to, like, hey, kids, look at these other cultures. It's well-meaning racism.
As so many things were.
Like Lion King.
I do really love Lion King.
Lion King, listen, based on Shakespeare. Boom. S. Right to the top.
Okay.
These are like the Disney's. This is S. You know what? It's going to be S plus. That's how good it is. Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Oh, Pocahontas.
I feel like it gets to be in the hang out with all the other racist movies.
So in C?
Yeah.
It's got some good songs, though.
It does have some good stuff going
I would
for
like
it.
to bump Pocahontas up to a B.
You think? Why? What's
Actually, you know what? Let me look at what I got coming up. I'm going to advocate for it. It has some good songs. There aren't any other Native American Disney movies. Oh, no, there's Brother Bear. Fuck. Okay, you're off to C. Sorry. I know it's Alaskan natives, but Like,
I mean, it's not as bad. Like it's at least like directly confronting its racism as opposed to like,
that's a good point.
a lot of the other racism is just like nobody noticed.
Right. This is a joke. Peter Pan's is a joke. This one's is a joke. Pinocchio, it's a joke. Bambi, it's a joke. They're racist against skunks. Yeah, I think B though. Here's a good thing about Pocahontas I don't think people think about. They had a really good combo with the little raccoon and the little
like bird
hummingbird.
Yeah.
They had a lot of good back and forth.
Yeah.
And then they had the dog.
They teased us with for Moana with the little
right.
chicken and
we'll get to Moana.
They teased it, but they didn't follow through.
I got some shit to say about Moana. But yeah, I think that they kind of tried to do it with Mulan, with the Cricky and Mushu,
dragon, yeah.
But like Eddie Murphy kind of took over. Yeah.
Well, especially because he can talk words.
Yeah, he's like, man, I'm Mushu.
Oh, come on.
That was Eddie Murphy. He's like, I'll blow some fire in your ass.
I understand.
That's what he's saying. Listen, you can't put me on a C tier. I'm not. Not my fault. He has a very distinct voice.
Well,
either way, we're on.
The cricket
Hunchback.
doesn't use words, though. That was my point.
The cricket does.
So you can't have.
And neither does Mako. And
but that's what I'm saying is neither of them speak in that, so it works. You gotta have like if you want like a duo, they need to be on the same level.
That's true, and they don't do that much in other ones.
Yeah.
They'll just have like one.
I guess
animal.
you got like Thumper and a Flower.
Yeah, but they didn't go off together. But you have Flounder and Sebastian. They both.
And you know what? I feel like the same role is served in Tarzan by the little.
Oh yeah, they got the elephant and the monkey friend.
Mm-hmm.
Rosie O'Donnell, I think it is.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Ooh. So we're on to Hunchback of Notre Dame. Have you seen Hunchback?
I have, but it's been so long.
Here's
I
the
do
thing.
feel like it's problematic.
It is problematic, but upon rewatch, they've got some really good songs.
Oh, really?
There's some good and not like fun songs, but like very thematic songs. Like there's a song where the Rolo guy is like singing about how horny he is for this bitch, but he can't have her because he's like Christian.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, no, but it's like, oh, I'm gonna go to hell because this lady's so hot.
This seems.
Oh, it's problematic because, like, yeah, it's a Catholic church for you.
Oh man.
And they got Quasimodo there. The weird thing is the comedy stylings. Oh hey, what's up, Golsty Gaming? We're doing a tier maker list. Nice to have you. We're just talking about the problematic nature of Hunchback of Notre Dame. The gargoyles, they've got like Jason Alexander is one of them. Mm-hmm. So it's like it feels like George Costanza running around it's weird. But I think there are some good parts to it.
Yeah.
Got some good animation. There's not a lot of the movies. Hey, there's not a lot of movies about France during Notre Dame times.
That's true. There's not a lot.
You can ask me a question, Golsty Gaming. I'm saying that wrong, I know. I'm eagerly awaiting the question. But while they're writing that, I'm gonna say Hunchback of Notre Dame should be B.
Really? I think it sounds like I need to rewatch this.
You might need to rewatch it. I think it's better looking back, I think.
Okay.
Maybe it's rose-colored glasses, I don't know. Can you follow my Twitch? I can't really see your eye to see if it is twitching. No. Hilarious. I don't know, maybe. I'm not going to do it while I'm in the middle of this, but hang out and maybe I will. You gotta tell me how to pronounce your name, though, because I feel like I'm either going to say Golsty Gaming or Golsty Gaming or GOL Style Gaming.
Is it like a pig-sty kind of sty?
No.
Or is it like a stee?
Golsty. It's Skizzles.
Gizzles.
Bro. I'm gonna be 39 in 2 months. I don't know what the hell a skizzle is. Sounds like something I got the other day from drinking water.
Ghost.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Like,
Well, I'm glad you're here. Ghost Legly.
oh,
Ghost
that's how to pronounce it, I guess.
Legly. Oh, Ghost Legly Gaming.
Okay,
Ghost Legly Gaming.
got it.
That's kind of nice. Now I know how to say it. Thank you. Maybe I will send you a follow. Thanks. No, I'm not gonna follow.
No, not so much.
I was so, dude. I was so
Ghost.
happy.
Ghostly.
Ghostly. This is riveting content.
Ghostly.
It is ghostly.
Yeah, there we go.
Ghostly leg. No, see,
No legs.
it's ghost legly, no ghostly. That's not how it's spelled in my book.
Oh, no, I think it's just ghostly.
Ghostly
Gaming.
Gaming.
Okay,
I maybe
can see
the leg might have been an accident, and they
Maybe.
might have fixed it. Well, Ghostly Gaming, you know what? I will send you a follow, but I'm gonna do it after we're done with our tier list. But as you can see, I'd love to get your feedback on some of these. But as we're doing that, Hercules.
Yeah.
What do you think, Em?
What do I think about Hercules? The music is fun.
Some
I
of
like the
music is
Hercules.
fun.
Yeah, some of it. I
Not all
like
of
the
it.
Hercules story in general, but I do feel like it doesn't rise to the level of a A or an
It
S.
was an accident. I kind of figured, Ghostly, you're good though. We all make mistakes. Yeah, the thing is, I like the Hercules story too, but like they
I don't feel
tweaked
like they
weird
did
things.
it justice, really.
Yeah, like the drinking of the last drop, so Bobcat Goldthwait could scream around a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I don't love their,
why did he have
Hades
to be a god? I
situation.
mean, I feel like Hercules was famously a half god,
Yeah.
but like they didn't want to deal with Zeus like banging.
That's true.
ladies.
They wanted to skip out on Zeus's whole thing.
That's the best part about Hercules.
Is that the best part?
Because you think, you know what, maybe, yeah, you know what, I live alone with my mom and I don't know my dad, but maybe my dad is a god.
Ooh.
And maybe he banged my mom one day. And maybe when I turn 13, I'll be super strong. That's every
That's
boy's
the dream.
dream. That is the American dream.
Well, the ancient Greek dream, anyway.
Well, American took over. It's the American dream now. You gotta
Cultural
hope.
appropriation.
Yeah, you gotta hope your fatherless home is because your mom was just the hottest person a god could get a hold of. So I'm gonna put it as a C though.
Okay.
I don't think it holds up as much as I will follow you. Thank Ghostly Gaming. I appreciate it. I don't feel like Hercules is as good as some people make it out to be.
I don't think it's great. I wasn't saying it should be higher necessarily. I just mean like
I do like Danny
it's
DeVito.
solid. I don't hate it.
You don't hate it. That's what a C. That's straight C's, man. That's like a
Exactly.
passing grade.
Now Mulan, I really love. I know you do not love it as much as I do.
I don't love it as much as you do.
Yeah,
But you know what? It's got good music.
it does.
It's got
It
Harvey
has some
Firestein.
problematic areas again.
It
but
does.
I feel like I would put it up, like right up, up there with the S's, maybe.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll give it an A. Oh, hey,
Lilo and
Lilo.
Stitch.
Whoa, get back down there, Lilo.
Yeah,
I don't think
rolling
it's S. I don't think it's S tier.
You don't think? Okay.
Because I'll tell you why. Because I think well, you know what? I changed my mind. I'll give you an S. Mulan's pretty good. I changed my mind. I was gonna say something like about like the problematic nature of it, but you know what? Lion King and Lion have that too.
They're not as bad as some of the other ones.
I was gonna drop it down a little bit because of what we said about Eddie Murphy and Cricket.
Yeah.
Being a weak link in my opinion. I think it took over Cricket's thing. Cricket should have had more of a thing going on.
Mm.
It's not Cricket, I don't think. It's Cricky or Chirpy or jumps around a lot. I don't know.
I don't know if they even like officially named him.
Oh no, he's definitely like Lucky
like...
Chirp Cricket Face or something. I bet it's in the
I don't think that's what it is.
I don't know, it could be. Either way, so I'm good with it giving an S. It's got some good songs that are catchy.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, that one is like a B, I'd say. That's my gut.
Here's the thing. I feel like
Are you arguing for higher or lower?
I feel like I would like to put Lilo and Stitch at an A.
Really?
And I'll tell you why.
Yeah, do.
I feel like it was one of the first Disney films that A, didn't have a lot of songs written for it.
Uh-huh.
It was funnier than most Disney films. And it had a lot of weird world building with the aliens. The animation was kind of was interesting. The Hawaiian music was good. It was a very different view that Disney had. You got a dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
With two sisters.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was definitely a departure from the formula.
You got one of the Canadian dudes, Kids in the Hall. He came out of the hall and he became an alien.
Okay.
I think it should be an A.
Even without being a musical.
I know. I think it's really good.
You really love that movie. Okay.
I think it doesn't get enough credit. Now Tarzan, on the other hand,
and that again is where Phil Collins really made what could have been a way better movie.
Oh yeah, the music in Tarzan definitely lowers it up. Oh, thanks, Ghostly Gaming, man. I appreciate the follow. I really think Tarzan suffers greatly because of the music.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to hear Phil. That's what Disney does. They get someone who does some songs that they like, and they just keep it going over and over again. Phil Collins was a bad choice. They did multiple films of that.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you can maybe get Phil Collins to, like, write you some music, but, like, have the characters at least sing it. Like, that's the part. Like,
but here's the thing. Phil Collins can't write stories like that, or songs like that. He doesn't write stage songs. He writes folksy, or not
Elton
folksy
John
songs.
could do it.
Elton John is more talented than Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, I don't want to talk shit about Phil Collins, but
Phil Collins is a talented musician, but not to write musicals.
Yeah.
You know, that U2 is also a talented band, but you don't have them write a Spider-Man musical.
Yeah.
I know Ghostly Gaming agrees with me if they're still there. So I think Tarzan gets a D.
A D.
I really think
you feel very strongly about
I feel
this.
disappointed by Tarzan.
See, I like the story a lot, though. I feel like I would put it in a C.
You know what? I'll give you a C. I shouldn't let my disgust sully it too much. It's an average film.
Yeah.
It's got the Drummond song that's kind of catchy where Rosie O'Donnell is like...
I mean, I'm just trying to, like, pretend it doesn't have music in it.
But that's the thing, is, like, that's the song that's, like, not Phil Collins-y.
Yeah.
So I give it that. And the rest of the time, it's just him singing down an echo thing while Tarzan does weird leg slides on vines.
That was always pretty cool, too.
Yeah, you know. Fantasia 2000. You know what? Let's do Fantasia 1 first.
I love Fantasia.
Okay, you love Fantasia.
But I don't know if you do.
I think Fantasia is good. It's got classical music. It's got animation. I'm willing to put that mofo at a B.
A B?
A B. Because it doesn't have a story. It's not really a movie.
It's got many stories.
Right. Well, it's an anthology. And I'm ranking the best movies. I don't go back and watch Fantasia over and over again for the story. Do. I watch one of the songs or something.
Fine.
B's pretty good.
I guess it's okay.
What would you have it as?
I like an A.
Then B's not bad.
I guess so.
Listen, if you knew how much I hated Tarzan,
okay,
you would
it's
think.
A B. So what
Fantasia 2000 now. That's not as good as the first one.
I mean, some of them. That's the thing, though.
It's got the Rhapsody
each of them
song,
have ones that are better than the other one and ones that are worse than the other one. So it's just like, I mean, I don't know.
So do you think of it as the same level then?
I feel like they're comparable.
All right. Dinosaur.
What is?
Have you never seen Dinosaur?
I don't think I have.
Well, even if you haven't, I know our Rolls is not. It deserves an F.
Okay.
It's not as bad as The Good Dinosaur.
Well, so that's what I thought it was at first.
Well, you know what? It might be. It's not a good film.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, you should watch it just so you can say you've seen it. They did like a whole section of Disney World about it.
Okay.
And it's like, nobody wants to go there. Now, Emperor's New Groove.
That is a good movie.
I like Emperor's New Groove. And I'll tell you here, same with Lilo and Stitch. I think it deserves an A.
Okay.
I think that it holds up. I watched it recently. It's still kind of
I
funny.
think it's better than Lilo and Stitch personally, but
You know what? I'm not going to fight that. I'm not going to agree with it necessarily, but
yeah.
you know, new groove, man. If it had the songs that it was planning to have in the beginning, I think it would have popped it up for me.
Yeah.
But then they took all the songs out except for like what's his face singing the intro and outro. But yeah, like Eartha Kitt had a whole villain song. And I love villain songs in Disney films. They sometimes get the best ones.
Huh.
Even if you're not supposed to talk about Bruno. That's a villain song and people are thinking it's banging right now.
Yeah.
Saludos amigos. I think you've never seen that.
No.
It's basically the Three Caballeros, but with Goofy. Atlantis.
I've seen that, but I didn't think it was phenomenal. I think I would put it, with a D probably.
You know what? I think I know some people in my life who'll hate me for this, but I agree. D.
Yeah.
It's just it has its moments, but it doesn't work for me. Treasure Planet, on the other hand. Have you seen Treasure Planet? Can I even rank it?
I'm not actually 100% sure I've seen it. I know.
I'm gonna rank it anyways because this is like people have seen this movie. This isn't like fucking mine music.
I think that I've seen it. That's the thing. I think a lot of those I've seen. I
Treasure
don't
Planet
have strong memories.
Does not get enough credit. I think at least should be a C or a B. I think it is a great. It's funny. It's space pirates. It's got some interesting animation.
Is it?
It's got like Goo Goo Dolls.
Okay.
I think it goes there. Brother Bear, though. Oh, man.
I think this one suffers even more from Phil Collins than the other one did.
You're right. I think Brother Bear could have been even better than Tarzan could have been if not for the Phil Collins music.
True.
The Phil Collins music was so distracting that I actually preferred the little kids' terrible singing to Phil Collins singing, and I'd rather him have sang that whole song. Because then at least it would have had character. And you would have been like, yeah, this song's kind of dumb, but a little kid is singing it.
Yeah.
Tell everybody I'm on my way? That song doesn't even make any sense. You've been on your way.
Yeah. It's not so great.
But like Brother Bear itself.
It was a story that had a lot of potential.
Yeah. They're learning about the other. It's a little bit like, Dances with Wolves, because you're like figuring out like a culture that you don't know, and by being in it, but he's also hidden, so it's not quite like that. So it has that hidden identity thing, kind of like Mulan has. It's got a lot of great sections. So really scratch my ear.
It has like an adventure component to it, and I feel like many of these like.
You're right. It's a journey.
It's got to be an adventure, and then it doesn't turn out to be.
They've got a journey. They meet
like Brave.
And you know what? I'm gonna even puppet. They've got the Mackenzie brothers. I think it's a B.
Even with Phil Collins?
Even with Phil Collins. Because I think it's better than Tarzan. It's got the Canadian moose. Or mooses? Mises? It's moose, right?
Moose is
the Canadian moose. You got Joaquin Phoenix as a bear pretending he's a native Alaskan. You've got it's kind of good bear animation. I don't know what it is about Disney. They have a lot of animated bears in their movies. Did you notice that?
Yeah, well, bears are awesome.
Right. Well, so like exactly bears. Brother Bear. We got bears going. So I think, and it's Brother Bear's a B.
Okay.
I think that's fair. I gotta keep scrolling down now. Home on the Range. Oh my god.
I don't know if I've seen this one either. So.
Well, even if you haven't seen it, it'd be an F.
Okay.
Chicken Little.
I know I've seen at least part of it. You think that's enough too?
Well, do you remember any of it?
I mean, he's like really smart, but nobody likes him, right? There's a lot of bullying. Is that what's happening?
It's Zach Braff and a bunch of other animals pretending that aliens are there. Like, it's just an expanded version of the Chicken Little story.
Huh.
But, like, it starts out with a Bare Naked Lady song, so I already know you won't like that. Because she hates
By
bare
the
naked
way,
ladies.
I just read an article today that said that Paul McCartney thought that the bare naked ladies could sing better than them.
Than the Beatles?
Yes.
Well, you hear it from the man himself. I don't know what to tell you.
I was like, what the hell is that about?
He loves 1 week. Hates Bane. I can't do. Let me do a Beatles. Can you do a Beatles impression?
No, I don't do
Hello,
impressions.
I'm
No.
in Liverpool. I like 1 week. It's a very fun song. That
I
sounds more
love how
like
people,
Ringo.
like, when they start talking, they announce where they're from.
That's how. Listen, that's how impressions work.
Right?
Chat can back me up on this
couldn't
one.
tell who I was. Now you can tell from context.
That's the quality impersonation. Because here's the thing: if you hear an impersonation and they don't tell you where they're from, then how are you gonna know?
Well, you should be able to tell by the quality of the impersonation.
If you're a racist, just because someone sounds a certain way doesn't mean they're from that place. I think we just established that.
But you're trying to pretend to be a specific person.
Right. So I'm gonna tell you. Listen, it's okay that you think that I'm Australian because I'm talking like this, mate.
No, thank you.
Meet the Robinsons. Come on.
That was pretty good.
I like Meet the Robinsons. I don't think it gets enough credit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it as a B.
I would agree with that. It's a B movie.
It's kind of funny. It needs songs too. A lot of these songs I give less credit for when they don't have, or a lot of these movies I give less credit for when they don't have songs.
Like Bolt.
Look at this though. We've only got 3 S. We're picky motherfuckers.
We are.
But you know what?
But we're
Quality.
also, we also feel guilty, I think, and we're like, I'm saying this is masculine and I know it's racist. What does that make me?
Fair enough. Bolt. Now, I've had to see Bolt a lot of times. I don't even know if you've seen Bolt.
I've seen Bolt a couple of times.
I've had to see it a lot of times because my oldest kids,
Loved it.
they love this fucking movie. And so I have a weird relationship with this movie where I absolutely hate it now. But I don't think it's fair to the movie.
It's not a bad movie, but it's not like phenomenal either. I feel like it's like a C.
I'm good with C.
Princess and the Frog, though, I really, really like a lot.
Me too. And it's the last hand-drawn one, which is a shame. I think A.
A or S. I would be fine with either.
I'm gonna say A because I think it could have been better. It was pretty good, but compared to these films, this one had issues. Tangled.
I really liked that one a lot.
I also I think Tangled is okay. This one might be controversial, folks. I want to put an S.
Oh.
I love Tangled. The anime. Here's what I've been noticing.
There's just so many list songs, but I'm with you otherwise.
I was gonna say that as the negative.
Yeah.
All of their songs are basically list songs.
Yeah.
But they're all really fun list songs.
They are fun.
And what I've noticed a lot in the 3D films, or not 3D films, the CG films, is the animators can put in a lot of extra stuff and weird things that you don't notice. I've noticed a lot in Encanto too, which we can get to later. And I really feel like the animators in Tangled had a lot more fun with their characters than Disney was having with their CGI movies. They're a lot more stretchy and more like a 2D cartoon. And the songs are really great. The acting's good. The characters are fun. You've got the horse and the chameleon, both not talking creatures we talked about, but they work really good.
Buddies.
You've got a great villain song.
That's true, and the villain is very relatable.
The villain's relatable. It's an iconic character, so she has a very specific power with the hair.
Yeah.
I'm thinking S plus, baby.
Okay.
I love Tangled.
It's a really good movie.
We got our S. Dumbo. Dumbo.
Yeah, I mean, those
What do you think about
crows.
Dumbo?
Crows are pretty problematic.
That's true. We do have racist crows. I'm gonna say.
But it has Baby Mine, which is a wonderful, lovely song.
Yeah, but you know what? The story's really just not that great.
No, it's not.
I think it's a D for Dumbo.
Okay.
Because I can at least watch Dumbo again. I will not watch these films again.
Yeah.
Unless I'm watching it specifically to, make fun of it. Which I do that enough as it is. Now
The
this
good
Winnie the
that we
Pooh,
like.
I think should be a B.
I agree. That's what I was gonna say too.
You know, it's got, even though Zoe Deschanel sings a little bit, she's a good singer. They're good songs, and I think the songs were actually written by the same guys who do Book of Mormon and Frozen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Weird.
I could be wrong about that. So, like, the songs are good, the animation's fun, it's kind of a fun Winnie the Pooh-esque confusion thing because they think the Baxen is a thing. I really like Craig Ferguson as Owl. I feel like his goofy Scottish.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good.
No.
I'm from Scotland.
That is not a great impression.
No, I'm sticking with the impression. I'm from Scotland.
No.
Clearly, it's Craig Ferguson.
Of course.
Wreck-It Ralph. Okay.
I really
the first
like that
Wreck-It
one.
Ralph is pretty good.
I agree. I think it's like, A or B kind of movie.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to advocate for A then. And that might be because I'm a little biased because I like video games. Play video games more than you, especially older video games. I think this movie also benefits from the fact that before the movie came out, people didn't have any idea it was about a Mario Kart game, essentially. You saw all the stuff about him doing his little Donkey Kong-esque thing with him and Fix-It Felix, and that's all the real clips they showed, so you thought it was all going to be just in the arcade. And then when you get there and you find out there's all this story, and you got Alan Tudyk doing King Candy.
Yeah, well, it's got adventure.
It's got
world
humor.
building.
The little heart between these two jackass characters who aren't really good people,
Right.
but they're like underdogs.
Right. But it doesn't have to turn into romantic anything. They're just like,
You got
But
great,
whatever.
right? You got great voice actors.
yeah. And you got
And
a
then they
female character
ruined
who's not all female.
And a
stereotypy.
princess who's not all princessy.
Exactly.
Which they just, we'll get to that with Wreck-It Ralph too. Yeah, I wish it had songs like I do every Disney film that's on here.
But it makes me even without songs.
I
It's pretty
think
good.
it's a
Just like Lilo and
good.
Stitch.
Yeah, I think it's a great film. One of Disney's better films.
Pretty good. I agree.
Which makes that the future going on one worse. Okay, Frozen. Controversial.
Very good. I like it a lot.
Controversial. I would like to put Frozen as an A.
I could go with that.
I don't think it's worth an S. I think Frozen has a lot of problems, but not the racist problems because they're all white people and we don't care about white people.
Yeah, I mean, the
problems.
biggest problem I think it has is how it handles Hans.
That's the problems with the movie are all story based.
Yeah.
The Hans trick
Yeah.
shouldn't have been a thing. They didn't set it up at all. We've talked about this, but I'm talking about it for the sake of
Posterity.
the stream and posterity. You can't have Hans come out as a villain when at times when he's by himself, he isn't showing any kind of sinister nature. As you know, when they have at the end of the song where she falls in the boat and he like picks her up and she goes back and there's a moment where they pause on him and he smiles, but not like a sinister smile.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm in love. You could have had like a little sinister smile and we would have forgotten about it. Till the next time we saw him.
Yeah.
And then you would be like, oh, he did that weird smile. I didn't know why. You don't have to make it like twirling mustaches. But when he was like...
Well, there's so many moments. Like, because she, like, also leaves the kingdom in his care.
Right.
And he still makes decisions that you would think would be in line with what she would... Like, there's no reason to think he's a villain at all.
Right.
Until she, like, needs a kiss and he won't give it to her. And it's like, what the hell, man?
Exactly. She gave you a kingdom. You can't kiss her.
Right.
It's just rude.
I mean, it'd be one thing if he kissed her and then it didn't work, and then he's like, "Oh, get the cat's out of the bag."
Yeah,
like,
no, he was just like...
he was like, "Nope, not even gonna kiss you. Gonna let you die."
He leans in close and like, today, bitch.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, and so it's an unearned thing, which we will also get to with Big Hero 6, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, I agree. But...
It's got great songs.
Which, in my opinion, a lot of the story problems would have bumped it down to a B. It's a fucking mess when it comes to the story. But the songs are fucking banging.
They're really
I
good.
know people give a shit to Let It Go because your kids made you listen to it a million fucking times. But it's a good fucking song. That's why they made you listen to it.
But I don't even think that was my favorite song. I'm
No,
like,
it's not.
Build a Snowman.
Right, it's not my favorite
like
song, but it's a good
the
song.
love song between the two of them.
Yep, I like Love is an Open Door.
Yes, uh-huh.
Yes, the animation also in this one has a lot of callbacks. The animator.
Not just list songs.
It's not just list songs, although some of them get a little close.
Yeah.
Like her waking the windows are open. So is that like she's kind of listing all the things in her castle.
Right.
But it's a little bit done better. So I'm good with an A.
And the trolls are fun.
The trolls are a little fun. I'm still on Olaf is hit or miss.
Yeah.
Big Hero 6.
Oh yeah. This is one of those movies where we both really wanted to love it more than we do.
And here's the thing, people love this movie.
And
I think we're gonna have to defend.
I think
we're gonna have to defend ourselves because I feel like I'm gonna put this as a B.
I think that's fair because the problem with it is mostly the story. It doesn't have songs to like defend it.
Nope.
But the problem with the story is primarily that again they didn't earn their villain. They like set everything up, and it would have been so easy to just have like him not decide to go to that school, and then that would give the villain a like reason
Absolutely
to want to pursue it, because he was about to have full access to these robots.
Right.
Why would he steal them and stage a death?
Exactly.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, we've talked about this before. You just need to tweak the motivations. Have Aunt Cass not have a successful restaurant.
Right.
That they live above.
Mm-hmm.
First step. Easy to do. Because she already seems harried all the time.
Right. Have a stronger money motive.
So that's why Hiro keeps going to bot fighting. Because otherwise he just comes off as an asshole. Which I know that's supposed to be his art.
I don't even mind that. Like,
no.
Mind
But what I'm saying is when he gets in trouble, instead of it just being like, well, fuck you, I want to do it, you could also be like, yeah, I'm an asshole, I'm doing it, but also I'm trying to help Aunt Cass. You have a little bit of a thing here, and then the brothers could be like, okay, I get it. And then, let me shake you to the thing and show you a different whatever.
Yeah.
Instead of just he just wants to fucking get money and fight for no reason. But you're right. Have that be a situation so that when Alan Tudyk comes by and is like, hey, I want to buy your things. Then you have Hiro go, yeah, he's offering me a bunch of money. Right. As opposed to just being in school. Then you have the doctor, as you said, have motivation like, well, now I have to steal these things. Right? So that I can do my stupid plan. But as you pointed out, I think, he didn't even need to do that because Hiro said the technology was based on that doctor's designs.
He was about to go to his school.
He was about to go to his school and he said yes. But I'm saying, and you switch the world around and he said no, which is what he should have done. He didn't even need to do that because he already understood that technology. I'm assuming just didn't put it together with the transmitter. But the dude's a fucking super... He could have come up with a transmitter once the idea was there.
Yeah.
He didn't have to destroy everyone's science.
Right.
Murder one of his favorite students.
With zero remorse.
Right, he was like, he shouldn't have went in. You stupid jerk. Like, it could have been like, I didn't want him to. I didn't want Tadashi to.
Right. Like, you could have any line.
Yeah, he could have been like, I didn't know he came in. That was regrettable, but I had to do what I needed to do. Right. Instead, he was just like, fuck that dude.
Have an uncomplicatedly evil villain.
Because they needed the twist.
Right.
That's the problem. We're in the era where Disney's like, we have to do twists. We gotta keep having these twists. Han's twist, ooh, didn't work. They tried to do this twist, didn't work.
Yeah. But if they wanted to twist it, they totally could have.
But it's still a good film.
Or they could have just made their villain someone who, like, believably needed this technology.
Right. But that's the thing. I remember we were in the theater, and the movie had barely started, and the guy showed up, and I remember leaning over to you, and I was like, it's Callahan. Yeah. And you were like, why? Like, because this movie is making it sound like it could only be one of two people. And it's clearly not the person they think it is, which is Alistair Cray. So the only other person it could possibly be is the doctor. So it's got to be the doctor.
And I was like, that makes no sense.
And,
Why would they do that?
And it was.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that might have made Tadashi, but I was like, why would they do that? He's not evil at all. Like, the doctor was just like, we didn't know much about him. But it's got good inventions.
Fun bots.
Fun bots. You got the characters are kind of but they have personality.
I mean, there are elements that are like, superhero origin story like,
Right.
and that's always fun times.
I think Baymax gets a little bit too much. I don't want to say credit, but like he's not that funny.
Yeah.
It's a lot of those awkward jokes because there's a robot and his air's.
But it's also a lot of like fat jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I think if they just tweaked that thing though, I think the story would have been way up here. It had all the beats it needed. But B's for beats. Zootopia.
I liked Zootopia.
I also like Zootopia. The problem I have with Zootopia, and this is a problem, I don't know if I've ever told you this.
Oh.
I have a problem
Hot
with...
take.
This is a hot take. I'm spitting it. I have a problem with movies that are needlessly anthropomorphic characters. This story did not need to be Animals City.
Yeah.
Like, I know that people will say, no, it's about animal cops. I get that's the surface.
Well, no,
What I'm saying is the story itself is just a cop movie. They didn't need to be animals. They could have been animals. They could have been furniture. They could have been toys. You would have to change your little visual gags.
See,
You could have jokes about Shakira being a gazelle.
I disagree with you a little bit, primarily because a lot of the arc was driven by the idea of like, are you predator or are you prey? And I think
Right, but that was just thinly veiled like classism or racism.
Well, in a way, but
you could do that like, well, are you sitting furniture or are you standing furniture?
Too. Like, there's also so many things where
it could have been just fish.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it could have just been like some animal that was mostly one kind of animal.
I'll give you that it does a better job than some of the other examples I'm trying to give.
Yeah,
like ants didn't really have to be about ants.
Yeah,
because there's mostly just jokes about regular stuff, anyways.
Yeah.
Bug's
Life though should have been
Bug's Life was supposed to be Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of where Pixar did the right thing. Like they'll have Finding Nemo, and then they'll make a Shark's Tale.
Right.
Shark's Tale is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Why does a Shark's Tale need to be fish?
So I feel like Zootopia tried really hard to do world building about like what would it be like if all these different animals live together.
And you know
what?
At
the same time, it's so absurd. Like, oh, why would you have Tundra Town? And how do you deal with scale? And like,
not only is it absurd, the two characters have good chemistry.
Yes, I agree.
The animal jokes are not too cringy.
Yeah.
The sloth scene, as cringy as that kind of is, it's kind of funny the first time you see it. You just see it too many times, and you're like, "Yeah, I get it. You're slow." Yeah. Let's move on, folks. The crime itself is clever. Like, I didn't really get all of it till closer to the end, as opposed to Big Hero 6, where I figured it out too early.
Yeah.
They do a good job of sprinkling the facts throughout the movie without you knowing that that's talking about. Like, they're talking about how Otterton was a florist, and those flowers are the thing, and she had the flowers, and the blueberries, and like they lay a lot of Chekhov's guns throughout the movie.
Yeah, no, it's
fun. I'm willing to give it an A.
Okay. I'm surprised, given how you started that out.
Well, I just wanted to point out that I have problems with it because of that. I don't think... I just think that's weird when people do that. Just make it anything. Make it people. Moana.
I really love Moana.
Do what?
I love Moana a lot.
You love Moana.
I do. I think it's really fun.
What would you like to put Moana at?
I mean, I might even put it as an S, to be honest.
Really?
I might.
Let me... so I was going to put it as an A, because I have issues with it. But tell me... I'll put it up here now, and you sell it to me as an S+.
Well, I mean... They're good characters.
Which, the two main ones?
Yeah.
Okay. But the chicken is not a good character.
The chicken is not a good character.
And
see, that's the thing. I guess that's true. As I'm thinking about it, the chicken is a frustrating thing. I also feel like Moana's arc is kind of missing. I think we've talked about that.
Yeah, Maui has an arc. Moana does not have an arc. I want to point out something before you finish your critique, and I will let you. Yeah. You mentioned the chicken.
Yes.
And we were mentioning Alan Tudyk earlier. Disney, I'm sure you're watching my stream.
Of course.
Stop making Alan Tudyk characters that don't have words. In Encanto, he's a bird. In this, he's a chicken. In another one, I think he's also something weird. King Candy was great. I know he was doing an impersonation. Alistair Craig.
Didn't even say where he's from.
Right, he didn't. I'm from Candy. No, because if he said where he was from, everyone would know the plot of the movie. I'm from Turbo Racer. Turbo-tastic. So yeah, the Ellen Tudyk issue, but continue, Moana.
Well, I love an adventure, and it's a good adventure movie.
Okay.
It's got great songs.
It does have good songs.
It's really beautiful. I like that they sort of blend this, like, you know, world-saving level of adventure with this, like, family level, like, how do I find my place and belong, and, you know, people having anxieties that are incompatible with your dream or whatever. I mean, my biggest problems with it, literally, are just that Moana doesn't feel like she has enough of an arc.
Yeah. That's a big hit for me, though, too.
Yeah.
She's that adorkable that they've been using a lot lately.
Yeah.
But, like, you need to have an arc for that person. And it's not like she was a bad character.
Like Mirabelle got a good arc.
Mirabelle got a good arc. We'll get to that when we get there.
Yeah.
It's not like Moana's a bad character, but, like, at the end where she's like, I am Moana. Like, yeah, nobody was questioning that.
Right.
That
wasn't the problem you were having.
You're Moana. We got it.
I mean, I guess, like, to the extent they gave her an arc, it was just like, I can't get my dad to approve of me, and now he does.
Right.
But, like, that's not up to her. She didn't do anything different.
Yeah, because it's not, like, I was about to say, like, getting out of the reef, but, like, that was just an obstacle. That wasn't, like, an arc. Once she wasn't, like, afraid to do it.
No, she was stoked. She always was. They spent the entire time showing her as a baby trying to get out of there.
Yeah, they needed to make it where she didn't want to leave the island, and she had to do it begrudgingly to save her island. That would have given her an arc. Like, she was scared.
That could have been an arc, but you didn't have, like, even that. It could have been something simpler.
It could have been, but I'm just throwing stuff out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. The songs get stuck in your head. The animation is good. I like Maui's tattoo animation stuff. I will allow it to be an S. It's a pretty good movie.
I definitely think it's better than Zootopia.
That's
and
true.
Better than Frozen. Like, I feel like if I look at those, I'm like, yeah.
See, I think Frozen's better, but that's just because I like the music better.
Really?
Yeah. We're down to the last four.
Okay.
I feel like there's more. Oh, I guess those were probably Pixar films. Okay, so we've got Ralph Breaks the Internet, which is the dumbest name. It should have been Ralph Wrecks the Internet.
Yeah.
Everyone's made that joke before. This might be controversial. I'm putting it as a fucking F, folks. Unless you can get me to a D, I won't go exactly.
From where the first one was.
Look at where the first one is.
I know. But it's not that it's not that it was completely bereft of all the things we liked about the first one. It's just that, like, they didn't take them anywhere. The arc was dumb. The, like, conflict was dumb. Like, it didn't feel like that big of a deal. It just seemed like a like vehicle for internet references. That's pretty much what this movie was.
Yeah, and that immediately dates it too.
Yeah.
And I feel like making Ralph, like, needy to the point of, like, he becomes it's personified as this virus.
Yeah.
Like, why is this villain so obsessed with this character now? Like, that's really dark. Like, I get that he, like, loves her as a friend, but, like,
yeah,
bro, you could see her a lot. You drove her away with your freaking...
Yeah.
You have other friends, man! You're a hero of the arcade!
It's true.
Breaking the stupid thing and going to the internet. The worst idea. It's just... The thing is they had some ideas for some funny jokes. We could do the Disney princess thing. They could go to all the Disney stuff and we could... Because I think, didn't this come out around the same time that, like, Ready Player One was getting big? And so it's like,
I don't know where it fits with that and, like, the Emoji Movie.
Well, that would have been an F for sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. The technicality of the film, it looks amazing. It's got a couple of funny scenes.
Yeah.
I will give
it's better than those movies.
It's better than these movies. I'll tell you what.
I would even watch it again.
I've seen it multiple times.
So yeah, you definitely can't.
I can't put it in
honesty. Put it in F.
I'm gonna bump it up to D just because of that scene. I think they made it a credit scene where they're sliding the game. They're doing the game pancakes or French fries or whatever, and they're sliding it into the animal. and then like they shove all the pancakes into the bunny until he pops. But then there's a little girl watching it on her tablet who's supposed to. It's the little baby Moana, and she's like, "Wow!" Scared because on her game a little bunny exploded. I was like, "Oh, that's kind of funny." So I'll bump it up to a D for that. Traumatizing baby Moana is a good enough reason. Okay, Frozen 2. You know what? Okay, it's got a lot of the same problems, I think, as this one. Not as far as,
like... But it has good songs.
It's got some okay songs.
And it's got some pretty stuff. It has a lot of story problems.
Frozen 2 was a story mess.
A lot of story problems.
It's a story mess.
Yes.
I read or saw something where it's like they didn't know what they were going to do with it and did like multiple stories and just couldn't pick one.
So you should have picked one or two.
Yeah, picked one or two. I could go hours talking about why Frozen 2 is not a good movie. It has some good parts on it. It's an okay movie that is a very disappointing movie.
I do feel like it's better than those D ones, though. I feel like I'd put it in the C.
It's better than the D ones. I'll put it in as a C.
Yeah.
And to be honest, as a movie, it's probably a B movie. But I'm dropping it down to C because it's a goddamn disappointment. Yeah. What were they doing? Why is Anna treating Hans?
No,
Kristoff. Why is she treating Kristoff so weirdly?
Yeah.
Why is Olaf is all like existential or whatever? I don't know. It doesn't work. It's too much. Weird, unhealthy relationship between Anna and Elsa. Like as far as like codependentness.
Yeah.
And like
trying to make so much of it about like world building, the way the magic works, while simultaneously trying to do this like completely new like cultural exploration, while simultaneously trying to like uncover the like mystery of your parents or whatever. Right. Like all of those things were okay ideas that none of them were done well.
Right. They only like dipped their finger in each one of them. And it could have been each one of those, if they were expanded, would have been a better film.
Yeah.
It was just a series of disappointments. And and because of that, none of the things made sense because they like had story elements come back. And like, why does Elsa sending a last minute statue snow of her grandfather stabbing a native person make Anna suddenly know that she needs to destroy the dam in order to let the magic out of the kingdom? I'll give him so far as like she's seen her grandpa because she looks at statues and somehow she's really good at noticing this ice statue looks like her grandpa. I'll give her to be like, oh, our people are the ones who attacked the tribe first. What were they called? I remember the name of the tribe. The reindeer people. I'll give her that much. But that does not follow.
Yeah.
That then she goes,
just trust me, we'll destroy the dam and everybody will have to run out, evacuate this, our kingdom.
It doesn't follow, but you know what does follow? You guys watching at home, give me a follow.
Super smooth.
Smooth. So I think it was a disappointment. But songs were good.
Yeah.
I think they should have picked between the two ballads. Because personally, I think the song where Elsa is like finding her mom in the glacier. I can't remember the names of the songs, but I think that one was better than the one that got famous where she's like, I hear voices. Oh! This is my personal opinion. I don't know about you.
I don't remember for sure. When you were singing ballads, I was thinking a Kristoff song, and I really like that song.
That's a good song. But again, here's the problem. That's a good song in its vacuum world. But if you put that song into this movie, none of that motivation makes sense. Why is Kristoff so suddenly fucking helpless? Because Anna went and did her own thing. He's lived on his own and with trolls his entire life.
Yeah. And why, when like the entire movie has been like them showing off how distant they are and how they probably shouldn't get married yet because they're not ready for it, why do we get the payoff of them getting married?
Because you needed a happy ending. That's the thing. They entered that thing. You could have had a whole interesting story B-plot with their relationship as they were all going on an adventure. But they kept trying to split them off because they had story elements that they were going on and they couldn't change it.
Yeah. No,
All of them should have went through the entire thing to the glacier.
Yeah.
Because that needed to be the time when she's like, I'm gonna go. But they wanted to have the whole fight in the water with the water horse, and you can't really pull that off with Olaf tottering behind. But that's the thing, it's they sacrificed the better movie for the scenes that they wanted. We have set pieces we thought about, and they only work with these storylines leading up to them, but I still want to keep them. So no. Now we get to another problematic movie, Raya and the Last Dragon.
Yeah, I liked it, but I haven't wanted to watch it again.
I've seen it 3 times now.
Oh, man.
Well, 2.5. The third time I skipped around a couple times to some scenes I liked.
Yeah. I feel like I'd put it like a B or a C.
I'm going to put it as a C. Because here's the thing. Well, we've talked about it, but we're going to do it for you. They should have focused more on the relationship between Raya, Sisu, the dragon, and the other bad guy girl, whose name I can't remember. That should have been the focal relationship. But the movie is so long because they have to have all of these stupid scenes with like ninja babies and like strong guys who are inexplicably by themselves. His whole nation's gone, but they have these crystals. Like, too much.
Yeah.
And this is just a personal thing. I don't really care for Aquafina. I get that some people like her and her shtick. Not a fan. I don't think she necessarily ruined the movie, but like it's one of those things where like the voice just kind of like
it didn't feel like it matched the character.
If there was a different voice, the only time that it matched the character, weirdly enough, was when she was transformed as a human. I was like, oh yeah, that does sound like a crazy old woman. Like, I know she wasn't a crazy woman, but the animation looked like a crazy woman with bedraggled hair, homeless, like, oh, Aquafina. I was like, oh, that kind of fits, but not for the dragon at all. It could. I was so hoping, folks. I saw previews for Raya and the Last Dragon. I was like, we're finally gonna get an awesome female adventure movie. She's got a sword, and she does go across the world in this movie.
No, for sure. I mean, I think they just got too up their own butts with world building. Like, I think if they would have just like edited
terribly,
right? But they were just like, oh, and then wouldn't it be fun to have this kind of community, and wouldn't it be fun to have that kind of community?
You could have had it, but they wasted too much time having extended baby ninja scenes.
Right.
Or like an extended scene where the ninja baby monkeys then eat all of the guys' food at the raft.
But again, I feel like it's they got too excited about their like side plots and their like, you know, tangential ideas that we're gonna flesh out the world, and they forgot to like make their story have more heart.
Yeah,
and if they would have had their story have more heart and had to be more exciting and like have us pull for everybody more, then they could have fleshed out their world building and sequels and stuff.
Well, not only that, but you just do it more subtly. Like I was saying, they should have focused on Zizu. There shouldn't have been a new party member to every world they went to. But what they were trying to do was doing like let's bring all our nations together. But not all of these people should be the representation of that person's nation.
Yeah.
What do you think the tail? I don't remember which one the babies came from, the baby monkeys. But do you think they want those fucking baby monkey ninjas making decisions for them on what to do about these demons? No. They could have just had them gathering up the crystals. Those extra characters could have been occupied elsewhere, because you just need the bonding of Raya and her enemy, girlfriend, whatever shit they had going on, that union to come back together.
Yeah.
Right? But they were so focused on we need to have the nations come back together. Well, we need representations of the nations. Well, you did a terrible job. You focused too much on it.
Yeah. Pick up a couple of them at the same time.
They just picked up too many.
No, I know.
And the thing is, all of them were comic relief. You can't have too many comic relief characters.
Yeah.
Zizu's the comic relief character in that movie.
Yeah.
She's the only one you need. Maybe the raft kid, because like he's supposed to be like, hey, I'm getting you around. You gotta have your transport person, and you need to have somebody for Zizu to hide her identity from. That's a shtick I'll give them. but too much.
Too much.
Too much. So I'm gonna put it in C. It could have been so good. It's pretty.
Yeah.
And now, folks, we're coming to Chicken Little way up. You want it? You want Chicken Little? All right, Charlie Brooks. You want Chicken Little higher than F? I'm gonna have you make a case for Chicken Little being higher than F. I'm willing to listen. But
Give a moment to type while.
yeah, we'll type that while we're talking about Encanto. We just watched this again today.
Yeah, you guys did.
Uh,
I mean, it's very catchy songs.
The songs
I like
are
the
catchy.
journey of the characters.
Here,
There are some
Chicken
issues.
Little is a classic for me.
Oh man.
Well, I'll give you, Charlie. Listen, I'll give you that it might be a classic for you. We've ranked some of these tier ones a little bit more based on personal stuff versus what it might be.
Yeah, neither of us have personal connections with Chicken Little.
That's true. But here's the thing. You gotta give me more than it'd be a classic for you to get it out of F. Chicken Little's got problems, bruh. Chicken Little's got problems. Zach Braff.
Not a fan.
Well, here's the other thing about Chicken Little. The animation style, and this might not be Chicken Little's fault, because like CG was still kind of early. It looks like dog crap. It's not aesthetically pleasing. It feels like early CGI kind of like molding, but not like so bad like Reboot or something. Fair enough, Charlie Brooks. Listen, I'll tell you what, for you, I'll move it up to a D. Is there an S? Oh, there's an S plus. Check that out. And I'll tell you what, Charlie Brooks, if you give me a follow, I'll move Chicken Little up to S plus for you. I'm not above being. Oh. You know what? I'm coming around about Chicken Little. It's got some good qualities, all right? It's got some good voice actors. It's got Steve Zahn. It's got Zach Braff. You got Scrubs. You got Steve Zahn.
Oh.
Gotta love Steve Zahn from That Thing You Do. I think legend. Yeah, exactly, Charlie Brooks. They are legends of animated film. So let's correct this. And I'll put it in front of Aladdin.
Man.
Chicken Little. It's ironic because it should be called Chicken Lot. Like Renegade Raider. Man, your name's too long, buddy. Jungle Book and B. That's harsh. That's fair. I understand you think it's harsh. We went there specifically. It was an earlier movie that we did. But we were talking about the story is just kind of not.
I mean, I don't know.
Are you okay? You know what? I did the same thing for Charlie Brooks. They were able to get up to F plus.
Like you averaged me down on Jungle Book. I was gonna put it high.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Like Renegade Raider.
I think it's Lil. Isn't it Lil?
Lil Renegade Raider. I'm sorry, Emily got your name right. If you can prove to me.
Oh, prove.
Well, not prove. You sell Jungle Book to me, and I might bump it up to an A. I'm not gonna bump it up to an S plus. Not without a follow. But I'm willing to hear out Jungle Book. We haven't done Encanto. That's true. Encanto. What I was gonna say is Encanto is the kind of movie where the more I watch it, they'll watch it more often. Like I was mentioning earlier, the animators are putting stuff in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, in the scene with everybody talks about Bruno, or the opposite.
We don't talk about Bruno.
The Bruno talking song. When Dolores is doing her little singing thing, in the background, you can see like Bruno like dancing to the music. He's like, eyes are green, and it makes sense because she's the one who like knows that he's there.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of cool animation things.
Yeah.
Again, I think Alan Tudyk gets screwed making him the bird. Little Renegade Raider. Jungle Book made Disney popular. It's a classic, and I'm only 18. Now listen, if an 18-year-old is calling Jungle Book a classic, I'll tell you what, Little Renegade, you throw me a follow, I'll bump it up to an A. Because I'm really glad that you love Jungle Book. I love Jungle Book too.
If you're willing to put Chicken Little in an S.
All right, hey, listen, I'm a man of my word. When you say if I'm willing to put Chicken Little S, well, here's the thing. Charlie Brooks gets the benefit of him being the first person to ask me. And unfortunately, Little Renegade Raider came in afterwards. So I can't just give everybody S+. But I'll give Jungle Book.
It's inflation.
It's inflation. We got to start cutting it down. But Jungle Book's got... The songs are S-tier songs.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think Baloo is such a fun character.
But I like to knock it down because it's one of those movies that reused animation.
Yeah.
And I get that they had to. Second Wreck-It Ralph. You like Second Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, man, Charlie.
There are things to like about it.
There are things to like about it.
Not that many things.
But, it's going to be dated. Wreck-It Ralph was... Charlie probably wasn't here when we... You know what, Charlie? Since you're a follower, the princess scene is the good one when we mentioned that. That's a good scene. I feel like they made the entire sequel so they can have that scene.
Which is why it's not lower.
Right, we were going to lower that. The reason it's so low is because we felt it was a disappointment compared to Wreck-It Ralph 1.
Yeah, you can see why we put that one.
Encanto, listen, this is early because it's a new movie. It might be S tier for me eventually, but I want to put it at A for now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this movie...
You want to give it room to grow in your
because here's the thing. Lin-Manuel Miranda's music. I know a lot of people have issues with it, but he writes cleverly worded songs in a way where he's getting across plot elements and like little clips, like little bits of the story through his songs. We don't talk about Bruno's song. Explains a ton of stuff about Bruno.
Yeah.
Each character's like relationship to them.
Yeah.
Like really well, but it's not the kind of thing you pick up on the first time because they're like singing really quick and stuff.
Yeah.
The more I watch Encanto, the more I like it. It's a musical. It's got musical elements. Not a Tangled fan, Charlie, man. That's, you know what? That was a personal thing. I like Tangled, but tell me, why do you not like Tangled? I'm not going to knock it down from S+. I already got my bribe. We're committed. I prefer the older ones. I love this stream personally. Pinocchio, Peter Pan, and Lady and the Tramp are S for me. You know, that's a lot of like old school Disney.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you credit. You're 18 and you love some old school Disney.
I mean, I was advocating for Lady and the Tramp too, but
yeah.
Don't pander though.
I feel like I got one out of both of these folks.
Yeah.
I rated some of the old ones older just because I feel like the nostalgia for them are given too much. Tangled too modern for me, but I like some newer ones. Okay, I'll give you that the Tangled ones it's more modern than some of these Disney films. I'll give you that.
I like a lot of the modern ones personally.
The thing about Tangled is I felt like when I watched Tangled, it was like a fun stage musical about this twisted fairy tale story. And I think they twisted it in fun little ways.
Right.
And we talked about this before. I hope you guys come back and listen to this beforehand so you can hear all of our stuff.
The story is so, I don't know. It's hard to read it and think of them as real people. Like if you read the original fairy tale.
Of Tangled?
Of Rapunzel.
Oh,
so yeah. I feel like when you
this is the Grimm's Tangled.
So I feel like the changes they made the people more people-y. You know what I mean? That's a really bad word.
They're really people-y.
That's super people-y. It just made them feel like, oh, okay. Like I can see like how you could, you know.
Aristocats as a B. I'm sorry, I gotta disagree with you on that one.
Yeah.
It's got a couple of songs, but mostly it's just these cats are going around. Well, maybe I'm biased because I don't like cats.
Yeah, I like cats and I don't really like Aristocats, so.
Now,
I know what that means.
When I was younger, I didn't see Aristocats until I was older.
Neither did I, so that's the thing. That's definitely.
And here's the thing, but I had never seen Aristocats, so for a long time, I thought, and it didn't make sense at the time, but I just believed it. I thought it was an animated version of the joke of the Aristocrats that comedians would tell, and I don't know if you know this joke, where people will say like, I'm a talent agency, and this talent people came in, and then you list this really gross inappropriate stuff that these family are doing to each other. And they're like, oh, what is it called? It's like, we call ourselves the Aristocats. And like, it's just supposed to be a raunchy joke. So for the longest time, I was like, why did they make that movie and it's about cats?
That's weird.
Like, what kind of gross stuff? Like, I don't know why I didn't make the connection. Where's Rat Chef?
Ratatouille is a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
It's not on this list.
This one is just doing... So, for those of you who are listening now, our new chatters here, my wife, Emily, has never seen a tier list before. So we thought, let's do our first tier list on these are just the Disney movies.
Yeah, we could do one for Pixar at a different time.
Yeah, I think we'll do Pixar next, because I agree with Little Renegade. Ratatouille is S.
Well, so now Pixar is Disney, but it didn't used to be, like when they made it.
Right. These films that they gave us right here are just the Disney films up until 2021. So see, we've got some old ones here. We had to put some in that not all of us have seen. But we'll do the Pixar one. Yeah, Pixar would be fun. I agree, Charlie. I think we'll do that maybe next Saturday.
Oh.
We can have a chatter day. And every Saturday, we can schedule a time where we can do some chats like this. And if that's true, I hope both Charlie and Little Renegade come back, because I kind of want to know what they have to say about Pixar films. I like Little Renegade, like some old stuff. Do what? Hot takes?
We have some hot takes.
Oh, hot takes. And here's the thing. I love that they have a different opinion than us.
Yeah, no, I think.
And I love that they're willing to whore out their follows to get Chicken Little to S+.
Oh, man.
Whoa, okay, Charlie. Charlie, Cars 2?
That you just hit the hot button for him.
Cars 2, Charlie?
We like Cars 1. Cars 2.
Cars 2, Charlie? Charlie, Cars 2. I'm going to save some of this for the Pixar tier list. Cars 2 is not a Cars movie. Cars 2 is a generic spy movie they threw Larry the Cable Guy at. And then they have car jokes. Cars 3 is not the best. I agree. Cars 3 is not the best. I think Cars 1 is the best.
The Great Mouse Detective, the only reason it's not in the list is because of me.
Yeah, so down here we've got some movies that we made at the beginning a plan that if someone had not seen one of the movies, it would be fair to rate.
But there were a few that you hated so much.
Dinosaur and Home on the Range. Yeah, can we please agree that Dinosaur and Home on the Range belong in F? Because
I haven't seen them.
Oh man, Home on the Range, the main character cow is Roseanne. Singing.
That's very shrill.
She's singing. Not only is she singing shrilly, the whole point is that she's tone deaf, so that Randy Quaid, who's the bad guy, can't yodel her into like hypnotism.
Okay.
It's terrible.
That's interesting. So it seems like though I should watch some of these though. The Great Mouse Detective and like
Home on the Range trash. All right, Charlie, I'm back on your side now. Yeah, you never seen Dinosaur? I don't know.
From the UK. Maybe I'll check that out.
What? I'm from the UK. You'll okay.
Yeah.
A Brit. Listen, I'm an Anglophile. We love British media. Thank you for making the better shows.
Part where he was trying to do accents.
Yeah, I do terrible accents.
He thinks he's better at accents than he is.
No.
Yeah.
I think I'm as good at accents as I actually am, which is amazing, bro. We watch a lot of Love Island out here.
It's true.
The British Love Island's the best Love Island, and we're not talking about good, we're talking about trash. So, Little Renegade's on my fan.
Well, the best kind of trash.
The best kind of trash. Not like Home on the Range trash, which I agree is garbage. There's a lot of yodeling in that movie. Do you guys visit Disney? You know what? I think you've been to Disney.
I've been to Disney World a few times.
I've never been to Disney. I've always wanted to go.
Disneyland, even though we're way closer to that one now.
Yeah, we're in the Pacific Northwest, so we could probably just take a train down.
One of these days we will.
Not now with COVID.
Yeah, when there's no, whatever, Omicron.
There's no Omicron. Percy I ate. Yeah, I've never been to Disney. I've always wanted to go, but I kind of grew up poor. And I'll tell you a story. I lived with my dad and my stepmom when I was in high school, and we were gonna have this big trip for my graduation. We were gonna go to Disney World or Disneyland, and I was so excited. And I was like, I've always wanted to go to Disneyland. That didn't work out. Disneyland.
I'm surprised they weren't going to take you to World.
Why?
Because it seems like it would be closer.
I don't know. It's Oklahoma. It's in the middle. But then that just changed, and they were going to take me to a place in Mexico. They bought me luggage for my high school graduation gift. Like, what were we going to do with luggage? That's like basically like move out of our house. Here's your luggage, move out of this house. And then we didn't even get to go on the trip because they had a golf tournament in Tulsa, and all of the planes were like booked.
So they just tried once and it was like, oh, the plane's booked.
Yeah, that's the thing. They got me this luggage, and they're like, yeah, that time didn't work out, so we're just never going to go on a trip. Never on a trip. And then, after I moved out and moved on, I have an adopted brother, which, I'm glad my dad and stepmom took him in, because I think it's always good that you could adopt kids. He got to go to Disney World.
Yeah, they didn't take you.
That's
See, the only reason
garbage.
I went when I was like 6, I think, with my parents, because there's like a family reunion there.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, the only times I went was because I was in band, and those trips were so like not fun.
To visit Disney World, don't take the parents. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch The Rescuers as well.
Yeah, I think I have seen that one, but I just didn't remember it well
I
enough.
find that a lot of people
so
confuse scenes in The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down
I think
Under,
that's
and
true.
they switch them. And like, oh, remember that scene from Yada Yada? And there you go.
Yeah, no, I feel like I've seen it, but I just don't remember it clearly enough to be able to say anything about it.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Make Mine Music, nobody really even remembers what that is.
Yeah, well.
It was one of those times in early Disney you should just have like music with animation.
Yeah.
The Black Cauldron, I have not watched that in forever. But you've never seen it, so we couldn't do that one.
See, and again, I think several of these I've seen and I just don't remember. Like, I think I would see them and then go like, oh, right, that's what that is.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oliver and the Company was very 90s. Like, the soundtrack was very 90s. And so, that song was like, hoo, 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 hoo. You know what that song is?
See, I get it confused with All Dogs Go to Heaven in my head.
That's not Disney, but you know what? If All Dogs Go to Heaven was on this tier list, I'd put it up as A.
Yeah.
All Dogs Go to Heaven is the tits. Mulan Rescued by the Music. Oh, what do you think about that? Mulan got to S because Emily.
I advocated for it. I have a real big soft spot for it. I really love, I love her and her like journey and how brave she is and all the stuff she does. I like the music too.
You haven't seen the remake, have you?
I have not seen
There's
the remake.
no music. There's no Mushu.
Yeah,
it's very weird. It's not a terrible movie, I guess. Like the dragon. Yeah, Mushu's great. One of the few times I think Eddie Murphy's characters weren't too overpowering. Like with Mushu and with Donkey and Shrek, the first one. We're not gonna talk about the other Shreks. It was like just edge of annoying, but like it was supposed to be. That was the point.
Yeah.
I miss old school Eddie Murphy, like Coming to America. 98.
Trading Places.
Trading Places was great.
Yeah.
I love Trading Places. Beverly Hills Cop.
I saw that one.
The Golden Child. We should do it. Hercules is so good. Yeah, we went back and forth on Hercules. There's just too many weird things. You know what? You know what did it for me? What I found the most abhorrent about Hercules, and this might not be fair. It's my personal opinion. Having what's his place play Hades? Not James Spader. What's his name? He's like that comedian. What? Little Renegade. You're 18. You know all about Disney films. What is the name of that damn actor who plays Hades?
I'm looking it up.
He's like, you'll know it too, and you'll be like, oh, that's that. Yeah, that guy. Because he's just doing his like shtick.
Yeah.
He's not making.
I can picture him. I can't remember his name.
He's also like, you're gonna. I know the name's on the tip of my tongue, guys. Are you looking it up? James Woods. Exactly. James Woods just doing James Woods, and he's like a loud. I think if they recast and redid the villain.
Yeah, no, Hades was the worst part of it for me too. I think because it's also so like whiny. Like he's a Lord of the Underworld. Like don't be so like.
He should have been more like a little bit funnier Jafar.
Maybe.
Because I like that he was supposed to be kind of like funny. That's okay, Little Renegade. We didn't know either. Why would an 18-year-old know who James Wood is? We don't even know who James Wood is. I guess you know what? Younger people might know because they reference him a lot in Family Guy.
Do they?
Yeah, there's like this famous meme where they're like, Peter leaves out a little piece of candies as a trail to catch James Woods. And he's like, ooh, piece of candy. Ben's like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. You ever see that meme?
No.
Emily doesn't do memes. We should do a tier list for memes.
Like, I definitely do memes, just I don't frequent the same parts of the internet that you do.
I frequent the James Woods thing. Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, see, the thing is, we were having to average how we felt about each movie.
Yeah, he liked Lilo and Stitch more than I did.
I do like Lilo and Stitch. I enjoyed that Hawaiian roller coaster ride, let me just say.
I did not like that song. I know. Who even am I?
Who even are you, Emily?
Right.
I like I want a Lilo and Stitch movie. Well, I guess they did make some sequels.
They did, and I never saw it.
I don't think they were very good.
Yeah.
I want a Lilo and Stitch movie where Lilo is in the space with Stitch. I really liked the world they were building in the Galactic Council of Alien somebody or other.
I thought it would be better to have Lilo go
Well, no, it's a sequel.
Sure.
But all of them end up being like, oh, we're catching more experiments. Because he's 626, so there's like 625 of them. Moana and Lilo and Stitch equal. I mean, how about this, Charlie? I'll do you a favor. I'll put them next to each other. I'll put them next to each other. We do have
some debate about Moana, because we don't feel like Moana has enough of a journey.
Yeah, she doesn't
change enough.
She's an okay character who doesn't change. And I like characters that have an arc. And Maui has an arc. Yeah. It's a little arc.
I mean, I think it's a pretty significant arc. Given that
it's nothing too complicated. It's like, hey, he's selfish and now he's not.
Right.
It's very basic.
He's presumably been like alive for thousands of years and like never changed before. Like, this seems pretty significant.
You're hitting the table.
Oh, sorry. I hope it's not making noises.
It might. Lilo and Stitch plus nostalgia equals Moana. Okay. Well, is it because they're both like Polynesian type cultures? So Hawaiian and Moana are very similar. Here's the thing. I would like Moana a lot better if they had actual songs, like a musical type songs, and not just the Hawaiian roller coaster ride, and then a couple of Elvis songs. Like that's not us. I need a musical that has original music written. I like the kind of musicals where characters are inexplicably singing and they wouldn't normally.
Oh, I feel like you get so much like plot out that way. Like we were just talking about how we don't talk about Bruno's song with such a plot dense kind of.
And that's the thing. I think that's where Lin-Manuel Miranda does the best in his songs. Is because he does a lot of rap type stuff. He throws in a lot of information for you.
Yeah.
You watch Hamilton and like there's basically the whole thing is songs.
What's on the bottom of A?
What's the bottom of A? You talking about this one right here? That's in Kanto. Jungle Book, Zootopia, Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, Princess and the Frog, Emperor's New Groove. Whoa, wait, what haven't you seen? YH. Aladdin was one of the best for songs. I do like Aladdin songs, which to me is the reason why the remake of Aladdin was so made me so angry. Because if you're going to remake it and do that stuff, write different songs. Don't have Will Smith just rap Friend Like Me and then change it. Because Will Smith's not going to do the same old thing. He's going to be like, I'm Will Smith. I'm going to make it all about, DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Oh, man.
And Kanto, I've never seen. Well, you know what? I suggested Charlie Brooks.
Real good.
I think it's the more I watch it, the better it is, because there's so many little things that are happening really quick, especially in like the musical sequences.
Yeah.
And all of the characters have like special powers, so like you're catching little bits in the background.
Yeah.
And like, oh, that's kind of funny. Fez is getting bee stung again. And it always makes I always think it's funny too, because the person who does the voice of Mirabelle is Stephanie Beatrice, who have you ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yes.
She's the like I can't remember her name in there, but the Rosa, I think it's Rosa, the like sullen like I don't like anything that's fun. You know that character?
Oh, I did not.
That's
know
her.
That's her.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It doesn't seem like her at all, right?
Well, she's an actress.
That's true. She's a professional actress.
She's got range.
I've got a range in the kitchen. If we end up streaming more, I need to get one of those stream decks and have one of the buttons just for a rim shot to my terrible jokes.
Oh, man.
Well, you know what? I think this is a pretty good tier list. Is Coco Disney? Coco is Pixar.
That'll be our next one.
That'll be our next one. You guys have to come to. But I think we did this tier list. We wanted to try out the just chatting
Teach me what a
stuff.
tier list is.
Snow White is higher.
I thought it might be higher too, but this was one where we got averaged down.
Yeah. Snow White.
I think it's better than Sleeping Beauty.
All right, here, I'll tell you what. Tell me what the plot of Snow White is.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah, tell me what the plot of Snow White is.
She's about to get killed for not being pretty enough.
Uh-huh.
So she gets rescued by the hunter who doesn't kill her. She goes into the woods. She meets the dwarves.
It's not a story. This is a setup.
So then she takes care of the dwarves in their house while the queen is still trying to kill her.
She eats an apple. Charlie Brooks is right.
Yeah, she tries to kill her several ways, and she finally succeeds, quote unquote. But then this random prince comes and kisses her. She's fine.
That's it. Well, he was kind of random, wasn't it?
Random, just walking around like, hey, what's that?
Hey!
I happened to run across this glass coffin.
I think I better kiss this. I better
kiss this corpse.
Yeah, I better sexually assault this corpse. No one's watching. I did see a bunch of tiny people outside, but they won't mind if I kiss their corpse. Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. The dwarves aren't really in it that much.
I mean, they have a whole shtick about being dwarves for a while and all their names, and there's some housekeeping, they all live together and happy.
I don't know. I feel like that's the same level as some of the other ones we put in D. I think Snow White gets too much credit because you can't forget about the dwarves. Well, I did forget about them.
I feel like it was a seminal kind of. Move them into the long form.
Well, it was the first. It was the first one. So I'll give it. You know what? I'll give it credit for that, and I'll just take it off the list.
Oh, it's at least going to C.
You think so?
I think so.
I'll. You know what? I'll move it to C if a chat person can name every dwarf.
What?
If someone, and that includes Forgetful. That's my dwarf name.
Your dwarf name.
Yeah. The first, if one of them can name all of the dwarfs, then I will. Yeah, see, Charlie Brooks done got it. And I bet Charlie's like, I don't give a shit about Snow White.
I'm trying to think if I can do it.
Charlie, don't watch Snow White. Go watch Encanto.
Right.
It's on Disney Plus. You want to use my account?
No, you don't.
Oh, no, we're probably going to do that. I do like that Disney Plus has unlimited amount of screens. So
I don't know if in the UK they have the same.
Is Charlie in the UK? I thought Little Renegade was UK.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Oh man, you're already forgetting our fans. Dopey was my fave. Dopey was kind of the one people always kind of remember. You don't know. That's fair. I'm kind of glad that Disney has gone away from princesses exclusively.
Well, I appreciate that they still are having lead kinds of roles, but they're just not always princesses.
Yeah, that's true.
But Moana was a princess. That was pretty recent.
No, she wasn't a princess. Famously, she's the daughter of a chief.
Sure. But they make a point about how she's going to be the next ruler. I guess princess is the technical
daughter of the chief. There's no king.
I understand that you're doing the same thing right now.
Well, not like that. Maui tried to say the same thing, and that wasn't fair. Trying to put these women with talking creatures. What was the other thing?
Into a box?
Yeah. He said you have a talking princess, your father is the leader, your princess. Or talking animal, or whatever it was.
That animal didn't talk. Animal sidekick.
Animal sidekick, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they needed to have Pua on the adventure with Hey, so that Pua can continue to be like, what's doing those faces like.
Yeah. But
This
then they
tricky.
shouldn't keep eating pork all the time.
Well, I think it was because like a lot of the boat, he would have fallen off the boat a lot more than Hey would have. They put Hey in a hole. You got to put Hey in a hole.
Gotta put baby in a corner.
Yeah. So you know what? I think this is a good tier list. I'm happy with it, and you know what? I want to thank you folks for stopping by and chatting. This was great. I hope you come by next Saturday. We're gonna do Pixar.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Pixar, and yeah, maybe at that point when you guys are there first, you can kind of like influence us a little bit, because clearly I can be bought. I can be bought.
To buy our love with follows.
Oh, thanks, Charlie. I'm kind of happy with this list. It's not perfect, but I'll stand by it. Dinosaur had a good start and finish, but was lackluster in the middle. Yeah, maybe. I'll give you that. It definitely looked pretty for the time. I don't know. Well, we're going to head out, everyone. Thank you so much. This was fun. Thanks for the follows. Mwah. You want to say goodbye, Emily?
Goodbye.
I like this list. Well, I liked you, little renegade.
See you soon.
Bye.
You too. Have a good night, too.
Have a good one.